Afternoon. It's actually a pleasure to be able to come speak to you guys. Just because one thing about me, I love the youth. I love the city of Yonkers. As Coach said, I'm a Yonkers resident. So when I was presented with the opportunity to come talk to you and come address you, I was honored. First and foremost, before we do anything, before I start to speak, I want all the players, I want you to stand up and I want you to give your parents and these coaches and this organization a round of applause. So let's do that now. All my players, let's stand up and let's give the parents and the family a round of applause. So, and players, you'll understand the reason that I had you do that, the reason that I had, although this banquet is about you guys and celebrating your accomplishments, the reason that I had you, give your parents and your family members and your coaches a round of applause is because they sacrifice so much for you guys to be here and to be able to do the things that you do. All right, and as a kid, sometimes we may not be privy to that. We may not understand the sacrifices that our parents, our family, our coaches and everything, we may not understand the sacrifices that they're making. And I was in your shoes as a young man. I was in your shoes, and I didn't understand that until I got older, until I had my own two boys and started my own family. But before I get into anything, a little bit about myself. My name is Gene Johnson. I'm a Yonkers resident. I had the opportunity to grow up in this great city. I played football here. Went to Lincoln High School. Once I graduated Lincoln High School, I was awarded the opportunity to continue my college football playing days at Central Connecticut State. Central Connecticut State, I was starting defensive lineman. My senior year, ended up being the senior captain. I was a 4-year starter. When it was all said and done, when I finished playing, I was blessed with the opportunity, have my pro day, work out for a few teams and things like that. But the biggest thing that I got out of my journey at Central Connecticut State is that I got a free education and my mom didn't have to pay for it. Came back home, I'm an educator. I work as the head of coaching and discipline at a charter school in the Bronx, New York. I also am the founder and CEO of a company called G.R.E.A.T.E.R, which is an acronym for Growth, Respect, Excellence, Attitude, Transformation, Empowerment, and Resilience. And it's a company geared towards supporting the youth development, athlete development, mentorship, and motivational speaking. My job, I feel like my journey here is to give back to you guys. Okay? Some of you guys, I see a few familiar faces. Like your coach Rel said, I am also the defensive line coach for the New York State back-to-back state championships in the Catholic High School Football League, Stepping At Crusaders. Woo! Okay? So, I'll tell you a little bit of that just so you know that they didn't pick up some slouch to come talk to you just like, let's go get this guy. Anyway, first and foremost, one of the things that I was thinking about as I was coming here, my wife was like, you know what you're going to say? And I'm like, I know what I'm going to say to him, but I like to speak to you guys from my heart. And one of the things that I think is amazing is the fact that I get to speak to you guys and your name is the North Yonkers Knights. And I was having a conversation with one of your coaches and we was talking about, he was like, yo, I'm glad I see you here to be able to speak to him. I'm like, yeah, I love it. And he was like, you got to do it. If you don't do it and we don't do it, the streets is going to do it. And it's amazing the fact that you guys are named the Knights because I think your program is doing an awesome job of shielding you guys, the youth, from distractions, shielding you from, adversity, shielding you from harm. They're helping building you up, shielding you from failure. Okay? A lot of things that you guys do here, a lot of things that you guys partake in on the practice field each and every day is helping you to become a better individual each and every day of your life. And I think that that's an awesome job by this wonderful program. So I want to give the North Yonkers Knights organization a round of applause for that. Woo! With that being said, question to all my players. And Pop One is called like a Super Bowl, right? Did you guys win the Super Bowl this year? No? You won the Orange Bowl, but the Super Bowl is the biggest one, right? I'm going there. Super Bowl is the biggest one. Did you win the Super Bowl this year? Do you feel that you had a successful season? Be honest. Could have been better. But being that you didn't win the Super Bowl, do you feel that you had a successful season? No. And I'm going to challenge you on that thought process right there. And the reason I'm going to challenge you on that thought process is because in this day and age, we find ourselves, admiring the material things and the things like that, the Super Bowl. And if you didn't win the Super Bowl, then that means your season wasn't successful. And I challenge your thoughts on that is because the fact of the matter is, you came together as a group of young men. You learned about adversity. You gained morals and values that are going to stick with you for the rest of your life. You've gained lifelong friendships. You've learned how to maneuver through different situations that are coming your way that you don't even know are coming your way. Just by being able to partake in a football program, to be able to complete a season, to be able to come together and have that camaraderie and overcome adversity and fight together each and every Saturday, Sunday, whenever you play, that's success right there. And I don't want you to ever, and the reason I ask you that question is because I don't want you to ever think of success as being something that's material. Just because you didn't win the Super Bowl, that doesn't mean you didn't have a successful season. The fact that you had the opportunity to do what it is that you're doing, the fact that you had the opportunity to grow as a human being, the fact that you guys had the opportunity to grow as young men, to be leaders in your community, you were more than successful. So in my book, this was a successful season. So give yourselves a round of applause for a successful season. What I want you guys to do, as I get to talking to you guys, the youth, what I want you guys to do, I want you to empower yourselves to be great. That's my slogan. I tell myself all the time. Anything that, if you guys follow me on Twitter and stuff like that, I always talk about be great. Whether I'm talking about pass rush moves, whether I'm talking about the way somebody got to the quarterback, whether I'm talking about anything in my field of education, I always talk about be great. And the reason I talk about be great is because I speak that into my life each and every day. Right? What I do is each and every day that I wake up, I challenge myself that, Gene, today you have to be great. Today you have to be better than the person you were yesterday. Today you have to set that bar even higher. You guys as young men have to start to challenge yourselves, to push yourselves to new heights each and every day. That no matter who your coach is, no matter who your dad is, uncle, grandma, your mom, whoever, no matter how much they go crazy on the sideline, no matter how much they yell at you when you're sitting there playing Fortnite and they want you to be doing homework and they want you to be outside and they want you to be doing push-ups and stuff like that, no matter how much they nag you, they can never push you to the extent that you can push yourself. Every day it's a competition with the person in the mirror.
Amen.
And I have to tell you that is because sometimes we don't get that instilled in us until it's too late. And the fact that you guys have an opportunity like this to continue to compete each and every day, I think they do a great job of instilling that value in you. So I think it's only right that I come here and echo that to make sure that you understand that I'm not here for no other reason but to make sure that I have a conversation with you young men to let you know that you have to challenge yourself to be great. You have to understand that it's going to be a hard road moving forward. You have to understand that there are going to be sunny days. There are going to be rainy days. But as long as you have confidence in yourself, and as long as you stay true to those values, you're going to overcome those things. You understand that? It's a fight. It's a constant fight to be great. Now, you got people out here that walk around the city and yeah, I was good in this, I was good in that. And that's cool. It's easy to be good, but it takes a special person to be great in everything that they do. I don't challenge myself to be great only in coaching football, but then like when it comes to my job as an educator, you could be good in that. When it comes to my job as a father, you could be decent in that. When it comes to my job as a husband, you could be all right. No. I challenge myself to be great in every single phase of my life. And that's what I need you guys to do. Every single phase of your life, you must push yourself to be great. You must push yourself to be that much better. This right here is a foundation. And if anybody knows anything about buildings and structures and things of that nature, in order for those skyscrapers, When you look at the skyscrapers in New York City and look at all those buildings, in order for them to go as high as they do, they have to have a strong foundation. And this right here is your foundation for the rest of your life. This right here is only the beginning. So when we talk about that success that I say that you have, this right here, I'm expecting you to take whatever you learn from this and carry you through your next hurdle called life that's coming up. You have to seize these opportunities. Seize the opportunities that you get to be with your family and friends. Seize the opportunity that you get to fellowship and build relationships and build bonds that are going to last forever. Because these go a long way. If there's anything that you take from me, challenge yourself to be better, challenge yourself to be great, challenge yourself not to be a statistic. I came through the same streets that you walked through. I lived on Highland, Saratoga, Linden, Chestnut. I lived all over the city. The things that you see, I know it. I went through Yonkers public schools. I went to a school when I was in high school. I went to Lincoln High School. I was a 4-year starter on varsity, played every single side of the ball. When I was in high school, it wasn't really attainable for me to play college sports. I didn't think that was something in my grasp. In my high school career, in 4 years of starting on varsity, I won a total of 6 games. I won a total of 6 games in my high school career, starting 4 years on varsity. So when some people look back at it, it's like, yo, you have no shot. You have no shot. I remember, going to play against Gordon my first year, they almost set a record with the number of points that they put up on the team against us. But I challenged myself to keep going. One of the things that I thank my mother for, I used to come home from football practice, and I told you we were terrible. I used to come home from football practice, and I'd be tired, and I would complain. I would complain. And the first thing my mother said to me is, "You want to quit?" I'm like, I don't know, and she would just walk away. And every day I came home and I complained, and she asked me the same question, "You want to quit?" And I never understood, like, yo, why does she keep asking me this question if I want to quit? And as I got older, I was able to have a conversation with her about why she was asking me these questions. It's because she was challenging me. She was challenging my thought process. She was challenging to see what type of human being I was going to turn out to be. She was looking to see where she had to jump in as a parent to make sure that she kept pushing me to be better. She was changing my thought process. She was changing my framework and the way I looked at things, when just because it was hard, that don't mean I had to quit or throw in the towel. Just because I didn't have the glory of, going to the playoffs and state championships and sectional finals and all those things, you don't call it quits. When it was all said and done, like I told you, when it was all said and done, I had offers to go play college football. And this is where I tell you about that thing called life and adversity. I come back as an educator, and I talk to you guys about being a student before anything, because although I had the athletic ability to go play college football, and although from where it looks, everybody look at, oh, Gene, he's a smart kid, I didn't do the right thing in the classroom all the time. Right? I didn't do the right thing in the classroom all the time. And my freshman year in high school caught up to me. So when my freshman year in high school caught up to me, what happened is this thing called NCAA clearinghouse. In order for you to get a scholarship, in order for you to get an offer, all those things is cool. In order for you to step on the field and play, in order for you to step on the court and play, you have to get through clearinghouse. When clearinghouse came and Gene Johnson's transcript went through the door, they sent it back. Nah, Gene Johnson, you can't make it through clearinghouse based off your GPA. Now, I was looking at my GPA, I was like an 85. I got an 85 GPA, I'm good. But NCAA, they go based off your core subjects: math, science, English, history, and they look at the language. Those are things that they care about. They don't care about the PE, they don't care about the art and stuff like that, although that's cool when you need that to graduate. When they look at it through clearinghouse, they want to look at your course. Well, when it came to my course, Gene Johnson was slacking a little bit. So adversity hit me, and I had to spend my first year not playing, not doing anything at Iona College in New Rochelle. All right, and as I spent my first year there, I used to have to walk past the football field every single day. The football field was in the middle of the campus. I walked past the football field each and every day, knowing that I put myself in a situation where I can't go out there and showcase my talents, but I knew for a fact I was going to find my way back on the field. Long story short, first year I went to college, did my thing, made in the classroom, GPA got up to about 3.5. Cool, GPA got up about 3.5, I was allowed to play football. Played football, going into, it's my sophomore year in the classroom, but my redshirt freshman year on the field. Played football the first half of the year, first 3 games, adversity hit me again. First 3 games, didn't see a lick of the field. And I'm coming from being a 4-year starter in high school, never coming off the field. Didn't see a lick of the field. And I'm like, should I quit? Is it not for me? I did what I was supposed to do in high school. Is it not for me? Is football over? I stuck through. I was able to, 4th game of the season, I started nose guard, got ran over. They ran it for a touchdown. My coach came to me, he said, Gene, you ever played nose guard before? I'm like, nah, I never played that in my life. He said, you want to try? I said, is it going to get me on the field? He said, yes. I said, sign me up. Right? Went on. Finished my redshirt freshman year in the field. Feel good about myself. That thing called life hit me again. Iona College, you can go look in the news clippings, after my redshirt freshman year in the field, Iona College dropped the football program. They dropped the football program at the end of November. Now, I see some of your faces, it's like, drop the football program. This college said we're no longer going to have college football here and took away the program. So you had 110 people on that roster who now had to figure out whether they was going to go play somewhere else or just, it's over. With that being said, I continue. I'm like, no, I got to continue playing. But again, that thing called adversity hit me. Program ended in November. December, you go home for a Christmas break around December 18th, December 19th. In order for me to be somewhere and obtain a scholarship, I had to make a decision as to where I was going to continue my collegiate career by December 18th so that I can be where I needed to be the start of January. I remember walking to my coach's office like, yo, coach, I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like every time I get going, something hits me. Life knocks me back. Long story short, I kept pushing through. I was blessed to receive a scholarship from Central Connecticut State University. Greatest days of my life. And just like that, I was like, yo, I'm good, I got it, I made it. Me and my wife, at that time, she was my girlfriend, me and my wife were dating. And I'm telling her about how awesome it was to be at Central Connecticut State. Adversity hits me one more time. I love my mom to death. I love my family to death. But at the end of the day, it was my mom who was working on an income, around $35,000 supporting myself, my 2 younger brothers, and my little sister. And a single parent household. With that being said, got accepted into Central Connecticut State University, and it's in New Britain, Connecticut. Obviously, I can't commute. They need a housing deposit. I had to send $250 in short notice, just like that, in order for me to obtain my housing for the upcoming spring semester. I asked every single one of my family members, you ask anybody growing up, my family, yo, Gene gonna go to the league, Gene gonna make it, Gene gonna do this. But nobody had it for Gene. I was blessed that I had my wife now, who's able to support me and get me through that tough time right there. I tell you all these different stories, and the reason I'm telling you all these different stories is because I am very happy with the way my life turned out. I got my college degree for free, obtained my master's in special education. I'm an administrator in a high school. I coach at one of the best football programs in New York State. I'm the founder and CEO of my own business. I'm a husband to a wonderful wife, to my wife right here. I appreciate you. I'm a husband to my beautiful wife. I'm a father to my 2 kids. And I am very, very proud of how I turned out. And I tell you my story just because I want you to understand that I didn't get to where I am
by it being a handout. I had to challenge myself each and every single day that I took a breath to be better than I was yesterday. I was living Be Great before I even came up with this slogan, because I knew for a fact, I told myself I did not want to come back to this city and be a statistic of somebody doing the wrong things. So I tell you my story to hope that I inspire somebody in this room. I don't care whether you go on to be a college football player. I don't care if you go on to be a professional athlete. I challenge you to whatever it is that you're going to do, to be great at it, and make sure that your goal is to not only uplift the legacy of your family, uplift the legacy of this program, uplift the legacy of the city of Yonkers, and most importantly, uplift your legacy. That's what I want you to do. When you leave here, when you get these awards and these trophies and things like that, these trophies, they're eventually going to get old. They're eventually going to break. You're eventually going to lose them. But what no one can ever take from you is the drive that you instill in yourself to be better. So I challenge every single one of you young men and you young ladies in this room, when you wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am going to be great. I have my son, he's not going to cooperate with me, but my son is over here. My son is 3 years old every single day, and I'm about to get off the mic. My son is over here, he's 3 years old. Every single day I talk to him, and I have him repeat a slogan to me. Say, I am great. I am a king. I will conquer today. I will be great. That's what I challenge him to do. So now, all I'm asking is if you want better for yourself and you want to take on that pledge to be great, I ask you to stand up and you're going to repeat after me. Parents, family, if you want to do it, you can do it too. But if you want to challenge yourself to be better, I ask you to stand up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. And listen, so it's going to be very simple. If you're a young man, when I say I'm the king, you're going to say I'm the king. If you're a young lady, when I get to that part, say I am the king, you're going to say I am the queen. Okay? But we're going to start. You're going to repeat after me. So the first part is, I am great.
I am great.
I am a king.
I am a king.
I will conquer today.
I will conquer today.
I will be great.
I will be great.
If you live by that, I promise you there's nothing that can be thrown in your way that'll stop you from doing that.